Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Kimbo here, and it's time for an epic discussion video. So this one is gonna be on Bakugan, man. So big time hype recently, and by recently I mean actually today. I got caught up with the Bakugan anime. I literally binge watched all the episodes. I'm like, because I knew once I got into it and I really started watching the episodes, I'm gonna want to binge watch all of them. And sure enough, I did. At least all the ones that have come out thus far. I think we got up till episode 20 with Armored Alliance. But like I say, the story is really awesome. So this is going to be a discussion video about things. It's going to be like things I really have liked with the show thus far. And also, I guess, well, obviously there'll be some spoilers with it, but also some things that I really love Spin Master to do, just to play off of things that have happened in the show, you know, because you guys know I make these videos and sometimes they actually, they watch them and it seems like they take what I say into consideration, which I'm blessed as heck about and totally freaking honored about. But yeah, so I guess we're going to get into it and just start talking about stuff with this show. Alright, so obviously spoilers coming in 5 seconds. And also, I don't know where my gloves are, but it's all good. I'll find them for another video. But, yeah, man, here we go. Getting into how things have gone with season 2 thus far with the show. All I can say is that it's been a big time roller coaster with things. Like, you know, having a bunch of new characters come in. Like, you got Ajit, who came in and just being so mysterious. The Awesome Ones wondering, well, now Awesome Brawlers. They went from being the Awesome Ones to now the Awesome Brawlers. But the Awesome Brawlers wondering about this kid like Ajit, how he has his golden Bakugan, you know, they still consider it that. The Arliss Pharaoh, you know. And him just coming in and just being so powerful. I love that they hyped him up so much because the power level of his Pharaoh is even stronger than like Dan's Drago. I think Dan's Drago had like 600. I think Hydrus and Pegatrix and Howlcore and Trox all had 500. But then, you know, Drago had 600. And also Magnus coming back. That Magnus came back with this. Really glad about that. But Nilius has 600. But Ajit in his Pharaoh has 700. And then even as things go along, it's wild, man. But yeah, first of all, like I said, returning characters, having Magnus come back in, really cool. And him having a new role, like Magnus being kind of like a vigilante, like kind of an anti-hero right now, which is really cool. I'm like, him having that kind of, you know, that badass kind of just set up for him is just really cool. Like he's just being the superhero, like going in and stopping any crime and such, especially like when it involves Bakugan, which is really cool, man. It's awesome seeing him have that role, and also even like the character development, telling like how things happened after the events with Tico and then Vestroya and the world, you know, Earth merging into one. So whenever like somebody starts a battle or such, or I think it's when they get a Baku gear, it glows golden and it shows like they kind of combined. So like the whole world's kind of a drome. Well, dromes could be made anywhere on Earth. It's not just certain parts. Like, you know, wherever there is a core cell in the first season, somewhere where there was a core cell, that's where they could set up the drome and have the battles. But in this season, it's the whole world. Like literally anywhere. You can just be like drome up and then boom, you got a battle set up, which is really cool. That's one thing, like even that little detail is pretty cool. And also just explaining things with the characters. So a lot of the characters, they forbid like the kind of the control kind of mechanisms that they had over the Bakugan. You know, like a lot of the evil characters, well, it used to be evil characters like China and Magnus and such, use that tech. They banned it, except they have like a black market for it. And like some evil group is like somebody, don't know who yet, is like behind the gauntlets getting out and then people using them. But then like Magnus is like, battling's all I do. So he even had one he has one under the radar, but he's still like now kind of a superhero brawler, which is really cool. But yeah, man, even just the development, like more development with other characters, like he has his little brother who's been battling Dan, and he taught him everything he knows because A can't battle anymore because they don't have that tech anymore. So some of the brawlers couldn't battle anymore. That, or they got one under the radar, like an illegal one, and they still control Bakugan. I think Armstrong, yeah, Colonel Tripp. He was in like the most recent episode and such. He was the one. But also other characters like Emily, his brother, not brother, sister, jeepers. Magnus' sister. I was thinking of Magnus. But Magnus' sister, Emily, um, being like kind of older and being healthy now. Like she's actually really healthy. She was in the hospital a bit, but then after the end, like the events at the end of the first season, she got better, and now she's doing a lot better. And um, they had a few episodes with like uh, the awesome brawlers going to school, and Lightning really wanted to go to school, so he battled Dan and beat him. And even the way they introduced like the characters getting their Baku gear, which was really really cool. The first few episodes, like how Drago got his Baku gear, and then it showed Leah and Shun and Winton, and then Lightning getting a Baku gear, and Lightning going to school with them because he really wanted to go to school. And at first they're like, dogs can't go to school. You're not going to school. And then Lightning got really mad and was like, you know what? I'm going to battle you, and if I win, I'm going to school. Lightning had enough of their crap. He's like, you're going to listen to me, dang it. But yeah, and then they also had like a setup for a world championship, which was really cool. Like seeing that, we saw that with like seeing that with Beyblade, the Beyblade World Championship and such. But that went the whole season. This was like a few episodes, like an arc of Armored Alliance, but it was still really really cool seeing that, like them hyping up a few new brawlers. Like who the heck was it? I think his name was Pepe. I kid you not, like Pepe. But he was a soccer player, and he was honestly kind of a jerk. But like he was even a jerk to his Bakugan, kind of. He's kind of like a snooty, like, oh man, I'm the best soccer player ever, and I am the team. Like, and let your teammates hear you say that. But yeah, man, just like hyping up big time characters, even like him, was really really cool. And then Ajit, them actually explaining things with Ajit. Like I said, there's gonna be some spoilers with this. If you're listening thus far, you probably know about a lot of this, or if not, like I warned you guys about spoilers. But Ajit, there was a few episodes with the Phantom Thief, whose name is Storm, and Storm took Ajit under his wing. Like Storm literally raised Ajit, so he was kind of like Ajit was in a home, and then Storm took him out of the home and took care of him. Like people who say that like Bakugan like doesn't have a deep story or anything, there's deep story with it, dude. Like come on, even with that. But I'll explain that, and then another story that was like, holy crap, that got me just like shook. But yeah, even how things got set up with Ajit, and then towards the end, Ajit made it to the final, but he wants to win fair and square. He was like, since he was like the apprentice of the Phantom Thief, like Storm's apprentice, he was going to steal the trophy instead of winning it fair and square. But then he's like, no, I'm going to win it fair and square. But then Dan ended up beating Ajit in the final, and that's the first time we see Ajit lose. But after that, like Storm took all the Bakugan, ran off, and then they're like, no, we're getting them back. And then they beat the crap out of Storm, and Ajit had to say, no, I'm not going with you, Storm. And then he got mad. So now, it's like they're separated and they're kind of enemies. But Ajit, like Storm during it, threatened to put out all the footage of Ajit stealing stuff. So sure enough, he did. And ever since then, like Ajit's been hiding, because he's probably ashamed of it. And I feel like the Awesome Brawlers see that he's like, he helped them. Like this must have happened before. At least Dan knows that for sure. But yeah, dude, that storytelling, even with Ajit, like the development was so sick. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. Like he's an Arliss brawler for one, and like you guys know I freaking love Arliss. Like come on. But even like just the development with him, I really really like that. And also the development with like the Awesome Brawlers, and even like they gave story about like Dan and Winton being like their friendship being since they were kids and stuff, and then they battled in the tournament too. I think it was the semifinals. But it was really really cool, like just seeing that development for the characters, even for like the Awesome Brawlers. A lot of that development, I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so I guess we'll get into like another story that's really really wild. It's crazy, dude. And I had to go get my power bank because my phone was getting low. Also, I changed my hat. So, yeah. Mid-video hat switch, I guess. But, So one of the stories that I honestly wasn't expecting to be as crazy, and it honestly caught me off guard. So you've seen the series, you'll know what episode I'm talking about with this one. It starts off with I think it was like a couple of kids in a mansion, and there's a ghost chasing them around. And then the Awesome Brawler saw it on TV, a story about it, and Dan and Lightning were both shook. They're like, "Oh, ghosts," you know. And then they went to actually explore it, and they found out that it was actually in their hometown. I forgot the name of it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Jeepers. But yeah, they go into the mansion and they're trying to figure it out. They find the ghost, and there's a point somebody ran into the ghost, but after that, the ghost was revealed to be a little girl. I think her name was Monica. Yeah, and Monica actually had Cyrus. So this is how we got Cyrus in the show. Hey, Cyrus. First of all, I like the ball form for Cyrus a lot. It's one of my favorite ultras. And honestly, after this story, it's become one of my favorite Bakugan this season. Because it's wild. But, like, Monica just told stories about how her parents would not let her outside. She always did her work and such. It's like a big time Marucho feel with this. Those that know like battle brawlers, you know, the story and such, Marucho, it's like the same thing with him. He always did stuff to make his parents proud, and he would hardly go out and play with the other kids. He was always sitting there in his studies, just studying away, you know, to get his parents' approval and such and show like what he can do. But it was like the same case for her. Like she didn't have any friends or anything, and she would always study and always be in her room and studying and such. But that's why she started like playing pranks, because she just wanted the attention. And then the Awesome Brawlers forgave her for it, except for Leah. Leah was like, "I'm not gonna let you off that easily," you know. And then they had a battle, but she was a really, really shy girl because she didn't talk to anybody. And they had the battle. Sure enough, it was Cyrus, and Leah was facing Cyrus with, I think it was Pegatrix, and then Pegatrix ended up winning. And then throughout the battle, Monica was talking more and more. And at the very end of it, after she lost, she said, "Thank you." And she talked. This is the part where, oh man. This is the exact part, like the whole time, like my heart's just like, oh man, this story. And that she got to, at the end of it, I was like, dude, she's gonna be like one of their friends during the season. This is awesome. But then she starts vanishing. And she disappears. And then she's like, "I'm leaving Cyrus with you. You take care of her." And then she vanished. And then it showed the picture of her and her parents. So that already hints that like it was her ghost. That's how she lived her whole life. That was her spirit that was in the house. And as soon as that, like, it was literally a span of 25, 30 seconds, I freaking lost it, dude. I legit almost started crying. I'm an emotional dude. And I was like, dude, how are y'all gonna do that, man? Like, that's deep. That goes really freaking deep. Even the storytelling with that, like, I just love the storytelling already. And it's a fifth of the way through the season, so. Yeah, it's usually, I don't know, the pattern for some reason, it's usually like the second season of any series or a lot of series that's just like, holy crap. Like, they could all have like amazing stories and such, but the second season is always one that people will love. Like, just look at the first era of Bakugan, like season 2, New Vestroya. Come on, Spectra, Helios, everything with the Vexos, like that whole entire story, it was crazy. And this season already shaping up for that, for sure. Like, the first season has the nostalgia factor already, but it was a really, really well done season. The only thing I was sad about is that they didn't put out that last wave. And also, like, they left out a few awesome Bakugan, like Tico and Artulian. You know, like, it made me so sad. And Apollyon. Like, those are the only things that I saw that made me really, really sad. For sure. So with this season, I hope they include, like, some of the, even if they're, like, not fully usable Bakugan, even if it's just like a promotional thing, would be really, really awesome. So I guess I'll get into talking about this a little bit. So, Emily has her own Bakugan now. Magnus's little sister has her own Bakugan, and it was a pink Bakugan. Even if they decide like, oh no, it's not gonna be a Baku Flip Darkest or something, which would be cool if they did something like that and released that weapon, because holy crap, It was sick. It's a pink Webm, dude. It looks so cool. Like Webm's one of my favorite Bakugan from the first season, but it looks really really sick, man. And even if they had it where it was like a promotional thing, like you buy a certain amount of Bakugan, then you get this Bakugan, or they just put it out as a promotion, I would love to see that freaking Webm. Odds are we might not get it, but oh man, it looks so cool. Like seeing some of those promotional Bakugan they show off in the show, like and just put them out as promotions or something. I'd get them for sure. I'd love to collect those, even if they're just for a collection. You can't even battle with them. Like those are the type of things that are just really really cool. Like that weapon looks sick. Um, but yeah, and also like some of the other Bakugan they have in the show. Like I mean like what was it? I mean they just had Bear, which that was one of the ones they didn't really put out. And there was another one. Oh, Pepe, the soccer star, he used it. Striker. It's a lot like Fade Ninja, but like, literally it's like Fade Ninja except a soccer version, and it's called Striker. Even putting out like those Bakugan, that would be really sick, man. And no matter what, you put out those Bakugan, even if they're Bakugan that you don't think are going to have that crazy of an impact, some of the fans really like those Bakugan, and it's like, yeah, I'd get it. I mean, I know I'd get it. And just having that Bakugan in there, no matter what, you add a Bakugan to the pool of Bakugan or such that we have already, it already diversifies things, especially if you give it like the right amount of B power and stuff, or you figure out how to like balance it, like the damage of the B power or such. No matter what, you add something, it automatically, like you add one Bakugan, it adds something big to the pool of things. So even adding like, if they actually made Bear, if they actually made Striker, some of the Bakugan they have in the show that they have made, be really really sick. Yeah, man, would love to see it. And even those Bakugan that weren't made in the first season, I mean, heck, put Philomena back in the show, and then you could have Apollyon. Then you put it out this season. You can have Artulian, like just show up and make Artulian this season, or even have a crazy thing if it happens, Tico returning, because he was a member of the Great Council. It'd be really, really cool. Then you put out Tico. There's still Bakugan that are really, really popular and would love to see. I know it gets repetitive to them probably at some points, like, oh yeah, we hear about these Bakugan all the time, but for real, you add like Tico and different factions or any of those Bakugan from the past season, on top of the ones that weren't released, on top of the ones that are going out now, like it's unlikely, but if you did that, already switches things up big time, adding all those Bakugan. And for me, it's no Bakugan left behind, so I just don't use only the powerful ones. I use what works well together, and even like make some underdog decks because they're really, really fun. Not just with the ability, but like loner decks for like Bakugan that didn't get Evos or such, showing how they could be utilized. It'll be cool having those Bakugan added to the fray. But yeah, man, it's like just how much is happening with the story already. 20 episodes in is really, really cool. And one thing I really, really enjoy is this arc that's going on right now. So the arc that the show is going into right now, it's so sick, man. So obviously after like the Bakugan Battle League ended, a few things happening, so another character showing up. I'm calling this the Havoc arc because there's a new character that came in. I guess he's like an alien. He talked about Earth and Vestroia merging. He didn't know at first, but now he does. And he's not from this planet. This is like some Vestal type stuff, Maybe it's Spin Master paying homage to, the old series, with an alien kind of visitor showing up with things. But his name is Havoc. This dude's like, he's like a mix between like a magician and also kind of like, I don't know, like some kind of magician Joker crap with him, But I already dig it big time because he shows up and there's a bunch of robots coming after him. They're like, eliminate Havoc, like Haavik. I think that's how you spell his name, like, that way, but obviously Havoc. It's a clever play on words. But his sole goal is just at least like messing up everything right now. He's just being a prankster with things, but it's obvious it's going to go way deeper because they introduced Fusion Bakugan with Havoc. So he he found two guys. I forgot like their names and such. I forgot them off the top of my head. It's A's little brother, and also I forgot who else. But they're battling, and then Havoc comes up and brainwashes them by looking at them. He's got a stronger power than Tico already, dude. Like, the V virus is how Tico took control of people. Havoc can just look someone in the eyes and brainwash them. This is like some Gandalian Invaders level stuff. That's wild, dude. What the heck was her name? Kazarina. Yeah, Kazarina. How she looked people in the face and then just brainwashed them. They're literally doing that similar thing with Havoc. And it's so cool. And also he has the power to make Fusion Bakugan. And then they attack Dan and Drago with the Fusion Bakugan, but then he launches out all their Bakugan. One of the flames from Drago hits the tree, it hits Havoc. Havoc's literally watching up above like the arena and such on a cliff. They don't know he's there, just looking out and enjoying it, eating some popcorn or something, like drinking tea and crap. Being the stereotypical evil character that's just so smug. And then like one of the flames hit the tree, it fell over and it hit Havoc. And then they were unbrainwashed temporarily, and then Dan won because of that. But Dan's picking up on people saying Havoc. They don't know exactly who he is, but he's heard the name. And over time, Havoc will obviously reveal himself more and his motives and stuff. But he might, I don't know. He's either the big bad of the season or he's one of the big bads of the season, because he's introducing Fusion Bakugan and such, but it's also really early to be introducing like the full out big bad of a season. But I mean, they did hint at Tico for the longest time, and then Tico finally rising up and getting enough power. But time will tell, man. But Havoc's going to be at least the first step in something really, really big with this season. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And even his name being Havoc, I think that's really, really cool. And just seeing how they're going to implement all the Fusion Bakugan is how they're showing it off in the show. Having the Fusion Bakugan show up, bringing out the potential of Bakugan by joining two factions with it. You could see it boosts their power. It doesn't double their power, but it boosts it. They bring out the best attributes of one another and it ups their power. Makes sense, two Bakugan joining their power together ups the overall collective power. We even see it with the cards, you know what I mean? With cards like Pyro Obliterator. But yeah. And what is it? Like Nature's Wrath, I think that's the name of it. But yeah. Like cards that just up big time V power do a lot. You know what I mean? With the dual faction fusion cards. But yeah, man, overall, I'm really excited for things like, especially seeing what fusions they're going to have. They can introduce a lot with the show. Just adding the whole entire thing with fusions. It's going to be really, really cool to see it. And also, I'm just hoping they bring back some of the older characters, mainly big one being like Tico and Goreen, like mainly the council, Pyravian, Goreen, Tico, all the whole council. Also Trino, because not seeing Trino since last season, it was a bad cliffhanger with him, Well, I mean, it was told well, but he went into a sleep, so hopefully he wakes up. Same thing with Tico. But yeah, dude, overall, I'm really enjoying the story for the show. It's really, really awesome. I really, really dig it. And just the fact 20 episodes in, and already so much has happened, and there's 100 episodes total. I'm looking forward to it big time, man. But yeah, like I said, the main things I'd say is just Spin Master, please, you have a chance. You can still do it. Like Artulian, Tico, Apollyon, even putting them out, because you have any of those Bakugan returned for this season, they're still considered a new Bakugan. Well, they're not as new, but the actual figure itself would still be new. And I know I'd go get it. If they made a Tico and they made one in every faction, including a Diamond, I'm looking for all of them. Big time. Tico's one of my favorite Bakugan in the first season. And putting out his actual, saving his actual ball form for the next season, really awesome. Don't want to pull a Silent Naga thing again, because Silent Naga looked really cool. Naga looked sick, but if they would have made Silent Naga, oh my gosh, I would have bought literally 4 of those, and I'd have 3 of them on display because they look so cool. But yeah, hope they do go back to some of the Bakugan, because especially with fusions now, if they have it where Tico was a crazy powerful Bakugan, they make a crazy powerful version for it in real life. It's got some pretty good B power and such. I mean, we got fusions that are coming, so like it would still be balanced with things, and it would just be great to see it as an actual figure. And a few other Bakugan too, you know. And like I said, some of the promotional ones that they show off in the show that look really, really cool. The big one being the pink Web'em. Looks really sick. But yeah, and even some of the older Bakugan, you know, you never say never. Even just put out like random like Baku packs, like how they did. I know they got like the mystery boxes coming, which honored they looked at the video and saw that, but they even had a thing called Baku packs. You know, they would put like a random Bakugan. It could be even like a random Bakugan, 2 cores with it, and then even the character card. And just put it in completely random packaging, like a small packaging thing. Anybody who opened a Baku pack knows. And I even made a couple videos opening Baku packs. I opened them big time back in the day, but I wanted to do one on YouTube, like to make an actual video to show you guys, like, you know, what a Baku pack was like. And they're really, really cool. And even doing that for Armored Alliance, you know, or for like the reboot and such, for some Bakugan they didn't get a chance to release would be really cool. I'd get them. I'd love to get some more Baku packs. Like, you know, it's like you drop, like they'd be like drop $6, $7, and then you get this Bakugan, yeah, with the cores and the character card. You know, it'd be really cool. I'd love to do it, and especially if they put in a diamond with that. But yeah, it'll be something like how they do the deck boxes, but without the cards or such. I mean, that way it's for like the standard player, but also putting out these other Bakugan. Plus having the deck boxes in the packs, be a lot of cards going. So hopefully we get to see like more Armored Elite and Fusion Force, especially, like, you know, with the cards with them coming out, because definitely want to see the cards come out. You know, I'm grinding at the teeth, especially now getting caught up with the show and just seeing like what they have planned for Fusion Force. And oh man, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped about it. But definitely want to see those cards rolling, especially big time, like the LGS support. Oh, we need it big time, but seeing it will be really, really great. Anyways, guys, I guess that is everything. Talking about the show, just talking about some things in general, you know, with the game and such. And I mean, even the Fusion Force cards, we all know they're good. I mean, I showed off like a few of them with the deck I battled Jet with, you know, how Sync could be used big time, and then also using some rapid fire type stuff with it too. But yeah, like I said, deck profile coming on that really, really soon. But yeah, guys, anyways, I guess that's it for this epic discussion video. I'm glad I got caught up with the show because the storytelling with it is really, really awesome, really good. Big props to you know, Spin Master and everybody that's worked on like the anime and such. It's really, really good, and I can't wait to see how it's gonna go. Especially because you know, we had Maximus last season, but we're getting Dragonoid Infinity as being like the next figure. But yeah, man, I'm stoked to see how things are gonna go. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. Also, thinking how dark this season's going to get makes me nervous because it got pretty dark for season 1. And you know, with each season, they're going to try to up what they did before. So, especially what the heck they're going to do with Havoc or whoever's behind Havoc. Ooh, it's going to be wild. But yeah. Anyways, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. All that good stuff. But yeah. Till next time, guys. It is your boy, Kimbo, signing off. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Until then, stay awesome. And the Bakugan Brawl. I'm up out of here.